So we are live, guys. Thank you so much. So welcome to the XR Innovation Week by Immersive Tech Africa. This is a dream come true for me and also for the entire organizing team. So first off, my name is Arome Ibrahim. I am a 360 VR developer and also the co-founder and also I'm CTO at Express Immersive. Um, I started off the XR Innovation Week as a platform to connect both XR industry leaders and also those down to get started with XR. And this has happened, and I'm privileged to have each and every one of you on board. And we have today, starting off the sessions, is Victor JT Mabika. He's an excellent guy, and Emilios will be giving an overview about who Victor is.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you all for joining us. It's an honor to be here and be able to collaborate with everyone. Victor Mabika is an avid AR enthusiast and evangelist who carries nearly 4 years' experience in the XR industry. His passion has seen him speak about the technology and take the message of decentralizing augmented reality at different global fora, including, to name a few, the biggest tech summit in Europe, the Web Summit in Portugal, webAR Festival in Bulgaria, with Immersive Tech Africa, and now proudly at the XR Innovation Week. He believes in the power of networking and bridging global borders through technology-driven communities to complement and improve human life as we know it. He is a Zimbabwean citizen based in between Italy and Austria, where he currently is the COO of Amlogy GmbH, an immersive technology company that develops cutting-edge, easy-to-use virtual and augmented reality solutions. Today he'll be discussing decentralizing augmented reality and the immersive possibilities in your reach with webAR. Please, Victor, over to you, sir.
All right, thank you, Emilios. Please let me know once you see my screen, and I will dive right in.
So, Victor, you have the stage. You could share your presentation, and let's get started.
Okay, let's go. So, hello again, everybody. Thank you very much for the warm welcome and having me join you in Nigeria all the way from Europe. I always like to share that I'm proudly born and raised in Africa. So when I am invited to such platforms as the Innovation Week, I really feel at home. Again, my name is Victor JT Mabika, and I'm the Chief Operations Officer of Amlogy, which is a young immersive technology company. And we specialize in modern, customized, and easy-to-use solutions to decentralize virtual and augmented reality. Our vision as Amlogy, just to give it in a nutshell, is to become the leading and, more importantly, the preferred immersive technology provider globally. And we aim to do this by making cutting-edge immersive technology widespread and easily accessible for the mass market, and additionally, to have it incorporated in the different spheres of people's daily lives. As Amlogy, we focus on technology that improves different areas of life, including the way that you work, play, connect, and learn through our various webAR solutions. I'll dive into a quote from Mark Zuckerberg to set the tone of my presentation today. Regarding immersive technology, he rightfully said it this way, that we are using primitive tools today, and we aren't using these because we prefer them, but rather because we're still early on the journey to creating better tools. Therefore, as I talk about decentralizing augmented reality, which is one of my passions, as you've already heard earlier, it is important that I paint a picture from a futuristic perspective first and keep the right context in mind for each of us, and then work backwards to how that is on the way with the current tools and the technology that is within our reach today. Since we all made it to this Innovation Week, I'm sure we can all agree that for a very long time, immersive technology has generally been known for its utility in the gaming industry and, for example, for simple face filters. However, as I speak about the future today, I can confidently say it will soon become a mainstream media, disrupting all the fields of our daily life as we know it. And when augmented reality becomes mainstream and the technology allows users to perceive realistic augmented reality content continuously, I believe this will have a tremendous impact on businesses, companies, and societies as a whole. So to paint an easy mental picture, the screens in your pockets right now will be replaced by augmented reality interfaces that you easily put on and keep on without even a second thought, just as you would do with sunglasses. Speaking of sunglasses, as we are talking about the future, I prepared some futuristic glasses for each of you to put on and join me in my presentation as I talk about the future of AR interaction and user experience and how augmented reality is now decentralized and within your reach. So these are just for you, and feel free to put them on. Right. Research is publicly available and has shown that people are now interacting with AR products in a similar way to how they interact with physical products. There's therefore a proven motivation for people to change that real world so that it matches that dream world, and it all boils down to user experience. For instance, looking at the image I've projected on the screen right now, you probably didn't realize, but this is actually a virtual pet, a virtual furniture, and a virtual screen. I will, of course, give you a few seconds to digest that and see if you could pick some of the other virtual items that are on the screen. And this is generally the power of where we're going with augmented reality, where once it becomes mainstream, with augmented reality, you can even be able to turn a random room to become a full immersive palace. So, teleport with me into the future of user experience. I have compiled some simulations of day-to-day situations and how these can look once augmented reality is decentralized. Let's put a context. Here's a familiar story that we all know. You want to cook a new dish, and all you have so far is the recipe. What augmented reality and 5G will now allow you to do is calculate what you already have in your fridge and visualize your missing items on a virtual shopping list. As you can see on the first video, the shopping experience is changing enormously. Your recipe is selected for you with the bonus of navigating you to the right place in the store to get each item and saving you a lot of time. Moving on also to the second video. Immersive advertisement has never been easier than it is now. You can now unlock any product surface and turn it into potential advertising space where the possibilities are literally endless. I take it we all know Siri from Apple, Bixby from Samsung, Echo from Amazon Home, Google Voice, etc., and you name it. These are all a foretaste of what is to come. As you can see on the video, the next wave of virtual assistants will be in augmented reality. And this is a snippet of how it will look, where you can decide how your assistant will look and they are interacting with you in real time. Now that we've taken a peek into the future, let's return to the present and see one of the tools within your immediate reach as we prepare for the future and see augmented reality decentralized. Enter web augmented reality, aka webAR. By now, you should be familiar with the term webAR, which simply refers to accessing all the immersive benefits of augmented reality through a web browser. This, especially coupled with the imminent introduction of the 5G technology, is the gateway to making augmented reality a mass market technology. Needless to say, the full power of AR cannot be harnessed without networks that can handle the vast amount of data and speed with which content will need to be transferred. So in decentralizing augmented reality, I strongly believe, and I reiterate again, strongly believe that webAR is a main part to start with in the direction of scaling to everyone. And as the technology only requires that you have a camera and active internet connection, no matter if you'll be using a smartphone, wearable glasses, access through the web will make this immersive technology available on all the devices. Right. With that, I'll move straight to talk about one of our products, the Arika Studio. The Arika Studio falls under the Amlogy ecosystem, and if I were to describe it in simple terms, it is a creative tool that gives you, the user, the power to bridge the gap between the real world and the digital world. And you're able to bring your own content to life in the way that you desire. The Studio is a no-code webAR solution that can be used by just about anyone without need to download any app or have previous coding experience. It is developed with love on the premise of simplicity and no limits, and rather emphasizes freedom. Freedom to create, to view, and to share immersive content. I'm tempted to say that the culmination of the ecosystem is the Arika Studio, which is the focus of my presentation today, and one of the ways I strongly believe will shape the future of AR interaction and user interface. I'm also proud to announce that the Arika Studio is amongst the first social web AR platforms that builds creative communities and allows users to explore projects made by other creators, allows you also to follow different creators, and even have the possibility to further interact through features such as upvotes on different projects. With immersive technology, nothing beats the visuals. So I have prepared a few showcases in the following slides for more insight on how the Arika Studio works and how you can bring this AR interaction and creation into the hands of everyday people like you and I as we talk about decentralizing augmented reality. Right, so here's a simple video showing how easy it is to use the Arika Studio. So I will ask that we focus our attention right now to the screen for the next 1 minute and just have an idea of how the Arika Studio generally works and how you can easily use it to bring content to life when we talk about using webAR to create your own content. So a simple sign in, choose the type of projects that you want to create. Upload a 3D model or any content of your choice. You can choose the position, choose the scale, make it bigger, smaller. When it comes to the studio, you are the king of the creation, or the queen in this case. Yeah. And once that's done, just save, start the AR viewer, and you automatically get a code generated, or you can use a QR code, and that's it. So I will show again in depth how a showcase of this cap will now come out using the mobile interface and how the Arika Studio allows you to publish it instantly. So if you look at the first video here, you realize that now with the Arika Studio, you're able to prepare, a product showcase. And in this case, I just put an example where I placed it in the real environment, and this is how it works. Just the simple upload, drag and drop allows you to have this kind of feature where you can now place your products directly in the environment. There's also many different ways that you can begin to use the Arika Studio. So for example, here's another showcase of a vending machine where you can easily create using the model, figure out if it's going to work in your preferred environment, whether it's indoors, whether it's outdoors, place it on the wall, and then you're able to check if it's fitting into how you actually want to have your product placed, or if you need any adjustments. It saves you a lot of time, a lot of resources, and all through simple drag and drop functionality that you access through the Arika Studio. And moving on to more showcases. Here are just some book showcases as well, because with Amlogy, we believe very much in the education and how we can improve it. And here are just some very quick ways, for example, of how you can take a magazine on the first video and turn that into something more immersive just from scanning a picture. So whether it's a car magazine, whether it's anything you want, you can simply just create your trigger with the image recognition and get something similar to that. and even for the children's books, for any purpose you want. These are just a few showcases to show you how easy it is to use the studio and get your immersive content come to life easily and in a no-code way. All right, so moving beyond the Arika studio and talking about further AR interaction, let me take you back not too long ago. Rewind to the 90s. Everyone is taking notes on a notepad with a pen and paper. Scheduling is done with a calendar on the wall, and with alarms, we can agree you need to have some strong arms to hit the buzzer and silence it. Fast forward, of course, to date. All these kind of physical products have already been substituted by either PCs or smart devices. Not looking too far, for the presentation today, we made our scheduling through a simple calendar app, and here we are. In short, there are many ways over and above simple uses like we've known before, for example, face filters, that you will be able to use augmented reality, even if you do not realize it now. As I already mentioned before, substitution of physical products with virtual ones has already started to increase. And to show some of the current technology, I have prepared again just a few more videos, which I'll project on the screen to let you know again what are some of the possibilities of the technology with webAR interaction that are available within your reach beyond the Arika Studio. So if you'll focus on the screen now, as you can see from the first video, and I'm sure many of us can probably relate in one way or another, buying furniture used to be a game of chance where you needed to not only measure the living room, but also to have a creative imagination of whether the particular item will actually fit to your existing decor. On the second video, you now have the possibility to create a walk-in interactive portal that can be anything from a virtual shop or even a museum, and you can include interactive buttons inside it to simulate the near real experience, just as you would in real life. On the final video, you will see the holographic features that are now possible using augmented reality. So taking immersive education content and bringing it to life in your living room or any place in your home has never been more important than it is in times like these of remote learning. And this is where decentralizing AR comes, and especially with the web and no need to download any application, this is now what is also in your hands. And on the next slide, I have to ask you to brace up a bit as I have prepared something for you. So do take a look at this. All right. Wait. Yep. Here is a special thanks from Amlogy for attending this presentation and taking the time on your schedule. We know this was the opening presentation. So what we have for you is, and here's the drum roll, the special gift. So the poster that you managed to see on the video that I've just played now is part of the appreciation package that the team and I at Amlogy have said, you know, we are usually providing it on the online store, but for everyone who's attended today and has joined the Innovation Week, you get to access it for free, and we send you a PDF which you can print, you can scan direct, and you know, you can use in your schools, you can use in your home, you can give someone as a great gift just to introduce them to the world of AR and spread the word of AR evangelism as well, and that is available for you. And also, as we have been talking about the Arika Studio, it's not enough to just talk about it and to see it from afar. We do know that when it comes to embracing technology and making sure we prepare for the future, it's important that we actually use the tools that are available. So what the team and I have also done is we've offered free premium access. This is for the first 30 people who send the email on the details that are projected on the screen. So if you send me an email, even now as we're talking, for the first 30 people, you have access to free premium access. and just use the code on the email. So just type on the subject to say Immersive 2021 and you get this. So the poster is available for everyone. The premium access is available for the first 30 people. So it'll be first come, first serve basis. And we are very happy to have you join the community and, also enjoy the benefits of webAR as we talk about creating your own experiences as well. And I have to also just add that one of the best ways I have personally seen to embrace the future and keep our minds open to the vast possibilities of the technological world is to keep up to date with the latest trends. So I personally would recommend you to follow arify.news for regular updates happening in augmented reality and the technology world in general. You can subscribe to the newsletter to make sure you never miss out on any AR or global trends that are happening, and you'll definitely find it very beneficial and useful in this immersive journey. And yeah, I would say in conclusion, I'm a person who generally likes quotes. I'm sure you've probably figured by now. But with Tim Cook, I like to end my presentation on these words, where he rightfully says that he believes augmented reality is going to change the way we are using technology forever. And we're already seeing things that will transform the way that we work, we play, connect, and learn. And this is the reality that I believe, even as augmented reality is being decentralized with webAR and similar tools like the Arika Studio, which we have just shown. So yes, this is officially the end of my presentation. A very big thank you to Arome and the team for this great opportunity to present at this amazing platform. And I will be very happy to network with each and every one of you, and also even to discuss potential synergies. If there's something that you have in mind, feel free to reach out. So my details are on the screen. Feel free to reach out, and yeah, let's connect. We'll definitely be partnering more also with the AR VR in Africa. So cheers to greater heights and keep innovating. Thank you for your time. I will hand over back to the panel team, and if there's any questions or anything, I'm readily happy to answer. Oh. All right. Arome, over to you. Emilios or Arome? Or I will read. I can see some of the questions that are coming on the private chat. Maybe if there's anyone who's got some questions, I'm ready to answer. And yeah.
Hey, Victor.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, guys.
Sorry for being MIA.
Oh, yeah. I just had to make sure I was still in the right place, but I saw some movement. I said, okay, I didn't get disconnected, so that's good. That's good.
Great.
All right, brilliant
Awesome.
stuff.
So you're on time, and I appreciate that. So first off, any questions from the co-host? Do you have any questions for Victor?
I do. I have a question. Victor, first, I really appreciate the passion that you have for this space. It exudes from you. And it's just a pleasure to hear you share so many amazing possibilities. You spoke a lot around the different ways that AR can transform our lives, and in particular, the ways in which it can be utilized for education and things of that nature. I'm very interested in the ways in which AR can really help us make learning more accessible for people across the globe. Can you speak to that for just a moment with regards to the possibilities that you've seen and the opportunities that you believe AR provides people that they might not have otherwise had?
Okay, so thanks for that question. I would say to start off with, the very first thing that I see how AR can work in education is how it has the ability to cut across the different language barriers, for instance. So a human body in augmented reality doesn't matter if it's going to be in acrylic, if it's, in English, if it's in whatever. So definitely augmented reality has kind of opened up this space where previously understanding content has really been a challenge. And then one of the biggest things that's also one of our focuses, even through the Arika brand, which is an education brand that is also now branching out, is we've also realized the reality of how life is in these days, that students, for example, when we talk of education, they're using tablets everywhere else, using phones everywhere else, and then they get in the classroom and boom, they're back to the textbooks. So there's this evident gap where students, especially digital natives, are understimulated by the kind of learning methods that are being used that have not yet evolved. Of course, we are working with quite a few partner schools and different stuff where we've seen people embrace this kind of stuff, but I do believe it's still in the early stages. And AR is definitely the technology that will bring back the fun, the engagement, the stimulation into the classroom, as well as to kind of bridge that understanding gap where, it makes it so much easier for everyone to not only engage, but to memorize better, to understand. And, visuals are always better when it comes to learning. So augmented reality is definitely, I'd say, that missing puzzle piece that's bringing back the right education that we need, if I've answered that correctly.
Awesome.
Thanks, Victor.
Yeah.
Thank you. Victor,
Okay.
so I've got a question. Victor, have
Yes.
you had any issues yourself from projects related to performance, computer vision tracking, or activation? Have you had any issues related to that? And if you have you got any ideas of how you've been able to overcome those challenges?
All right. So I would say, of course, because with the new technology, we do occasionally have to find, but I believe there's no problems, there's only challenges, and with challenges we do navigate. So yes, we have seen, in the early stages, trying to find ways, maybe just to summarize that all the technology that we develop, we do it in-house. So yes, we do occasionally come across some times where we have challenges, but I would be very happy to say with all the challenges that at least have presented themselves in the different milestones, we've found a way around it. And it's also managed to help us to catapult a bit more. So for example, you spoke of, things like tracking and all, and we set different milestones for ourselves where we keep improving on those. And yeah, I think we've seen it also now, even with our image recognition. Now we've got ground detection. We've got quite a few things where, of course, in the early stages, I can't say it was just a walk in the park. We just woke up and said, hey, we're doing this. But we have managed to find a way around it. And I think it's the same, I would say, for everyone to say, when you are looking for something, don't look at the challenge, look at what the end result is and work backwards to find a way to fix it. So I don't know if I answered that correctly.
Perfect.
If not, awesome. I would invite one of the
technologists. Awesome.
Yeah. So Victor, Riley Jackson, he has a question. He said, can geolocation AR experiences be developed in Arika?
All right. So, okay, what I will do, if Akadi is still on the screen, could you type the response? So I'm not too techie. I need to make sure I give the right response because, I had an innovation week. You probably don't want a surface response, but I will guarantee that within the next 2 minutes, you will see a response to that question. If anyone also wants, then I'll probably read it out. Okay, so it says coming very soon. At least
Ryan, the answer to that question will be in the chat. So you can also reach out to Victor on LinkedIn. He's also available on Twitter, and also visit their website to learn more about their solution. We'll be wrapping up in 2 minutes, and I want to say thank you so much, Victor, for being an amazing person, for being a brother and a friend. He's always turning up for all our events since last year, and I'm super excited to have you. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm really excited to be here, and cheers to greater heights. You guys are doing amazing work.
Before we go, somebody asked a question. He said, "What are the phases or stages in an augmented reality project?" So
Sorry?
maybe you could answer that in the chat. He said, what are the phases or stages in an augmented reality project?
Oh, right. Okay. So I would, again, I've got someone on standby if it's,
Yes.
to make sure you get a good response. I mean, if you want the basics, I could, but I would believe at the Innovation Week, you're coming to have something, that you can always take afterwards. So I will put that. If you can hear me, let's also have just a good overview of the stages in creating an augmented reality project. I imagine you mean a web augmented reality project in this case, or just a normal augmented reality project?
He did not state. He just said an augmented reality project.
Okay, so that it would be interesting if they can just clarify which one they want, because then there's just a slight difference. But we'll be happy, of course, to answer.
Yeah, you can engage with him on the chat and give him your feedback on that.
Brilliant stuff.
Awesome.
Brilliant stuff.
Any closing remarks, Jennifer?
Thank you so much for having me. Remember, you've got access to the poster, you've got access to premium access on the studio. Bring your business card to life, bring your books to life, send someone an immersive postcard. The options are unlimited. It's available for you. Reach out to me, and I'll activate you in, and let's do that. Thanks so much for your time, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for being such an inspiration.
Thanks, Jennifer, Emilios, Arome,
Thank
you. And the team. Bye. Thanks for inviting me to Nigeria. I appreciate it.
Great. Thank you so much for listening to Victor Mabika's session. It was very, very insightful, I must say. Our next session is coming up in less than 10 minutes, and I can't wait to have each and every one of you on board. So see you soon. Great. Bye-bye.
See you.
Yeah, bye.